Dan Deming of KKM Financial joins us now for the Trader Rundown. We really have earnings in earnest at this point.
We are. We're hitting the stride this week, Angie. And for the most part, last week, fairly positive reaction so far.
Not too shabby.
Not too shabby. Banks, pretty good. We saw a nice run in the XLF, and we got some other names that came out. Johnson & Johnson, United Health. We saw a swing in the healthcare stocks last week as well.
What are you watching for this week?
Yeah, well, you've got some of the big tech names. We've got Amazon, we've got Microsoft, I believe, you got some industrial names. You got Caterpillar, we got McDonald's. So we get a broad swath of a lot of different sectors this week. So I'm just going to be identifying, I think those areas where you're going to see the market react and how it's going to react to some of these sectors.
We are getting closer to the Fed. What are you noticing in the market signals?
They're pricing in a much higher probability of a cut now.
Okay.
So we saw that shift from last week, Angie, and again, it was getting discounted. Now it's gone back the other direction. I mean, it's still definitely a higher probability, but we are seeing it incrementally increase towards about an 85% chance of a cut right now.
The Russell picking up some momentum in the market.
It is. A dollar's giving up some ground.
Okay.
So, I mean, and you're seeing a rotation right now, Angie, and as I mentioned, we saw in healthcare last week, industrials, now we saw software companies. Boy, some of those names really got beat up last week. So there's a rotation taking place here, and I think the small caps are benefiting from that.
You do. So people are moving out maybe of some of the FANG names, do you think, or just not playing them as hard as
Not playing them
previously?
as hard.
Okay.
And again, it's not necessarily the FANG names. I mean, Netflix earnings were fairly decent, and we saw it holding
that was a
up.
nice surprise.
So it's more, Angie, I think the software that supports the tech names, and not so much the FANG names themselves. We're seeing some of those names really coming under some selling pressure. And I don't know if it's because there's concern that as this trade negotiation goes on, that the tech names are still not going to be able to benefit from that, or the shifting in China as they start to improve their distribution and increase their manufacturing of tech in their country relative to the United States.
A lot to watch with China these days.
There really is. And also, we're going to have the reaction to the Brexit vote as well this week. So that's going to be interesting to see how that plays in the market. So you've got the China-U.S. situation, the Brexit vote that took place over the weekend, as well as earnings.
Stay tuned. Thanks so much.
All right, thanks for having me.
For more Business First AM, check us out on social media. We're on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. And go to businessfirstam.com for where to see our show on TV.